So this is Charlie doing attention. Yes. So the idea is look away from the food, yes, and look at me. And this is actually, yes, difficult. Yes. Well, you've got to have food that he really likes. Yes. Boy, very nice, Charlie. Very good boy. Very good boy. So now I'm going to see if I can move a little bit and have him hold attention to me. Good boy. Yes. So I just moved a little bit. And all I want to do is see, can you still focus on me if I move around a little bit? And you'll notice I'm not luring him with food. I'm just giving him the choice. Good boy, Charlie. Good boy, Charlie. Yeah, yes. Good boy. Good boy. And with Charlie, we have to be very careful that you don't move quickly or reaching fast over his head or anything like that, because he's very fearful, and I suspect that he's been grabbed, so he's aware. And even sometimes with food, you know, you show him you've got a piece of food, and even sometimes with food, he's like, I don't know if this food means a good thing or a bad thing, because people have probably used food to lure him into scary situations, and make him think, this is not a good thing. Food means scary things, or food means I can't trust people because they're not going to respect me. So in the one incident where he nipped at someone, he was on somebody's lap, a stranger came in, he was guarded and barking, and rather than have the stranger back off, pass by, they attempted to come in close to him and make friends. Okay, puppy, puppy, it's okay. And he was just like, whoa, too much, and his only choice was to jump forward and nip, to say, back off, human, I'm not comfortable. The problem there was that they were coming in, here, look, I have some food. I'm a nice, friendly person. Here, take my food, take my food. And he was doing everything in his power to say, I'm not comfortable, you're scaring me, look at me, I'm growling, my hackles are up, my body posture is guarded, and nobody listened to him. Instead of going, okay, this dog is not comfortable, we should not be approaching him and getting in his space. They continued to get in his space, and they pushed him into the only thing he could do, which was to jump forward and snap. So with Charlie, you want to be careful that you're going to move slowly, take your time, let him come to you. He's quite friendly and adorable. He would love to sit in your lap, he loves to be cuddled. But don't overwhelm him. If he starts to get that whale eye, so whale eye, if you're not familiar with the term, is when the dog's eyes are like really wide and you can see the whites of their eyes. That's called whale eye. That is a big, big sign that this dog is very uncomfortable. So if he starts to give you whale eye, you need to back off and give him some space. Even when you're giving him treats, you don't want to be hovering over him. Come down to his level this way. If he's not sure of you in the first few days, just drop the treats on the floor. Good boy, drop the treats on the floor. So for the first week that he was with me, I kept his leash on all the time, even in the house. And he dragged it around with him, because then if I needed to get him from A to B, I could simply go in, step on the leash, pick it up, come on Charlie, let's go, without having to get in his space, get my hands on him, make him feel threatened because I'm a stranger. Take it easy, let's go. And he's going to be fine. Once you've given him a few meals and a few treats, then he's going to warm right up to you. But you've got to give him space, and you've got to not push him. Hi, honey. That's my man. That's my good boy. You're a good boy. Like that. So this is not one of his favorite treats. So the fact that he's taking it is a good sign. It means he's feeling pretty good. Charlie. So what you want to do with him meeting strangers is, I guess the best thing I can say is don't. In as much as don't have them come in his space. They can look at him from over there. They don't need to be up in his space. They don't need to be touching him. They can stand over there. Initially, when they're at a distance to where he's comfortable, you are going to give him super duper high value rewards. When the people are over there, at a distance that is not threatening to him. Look at those people. Wow, good. Look, it's going to rain super duper yummy rewards. Use chicken, beef, like real meat. Forget the store-bought treats. They're not high value enough. Real meat, cheese. Good stuff. And then you can have that person approach it a little bit closer. Feed, feed, feed. You feed, not them. We don't want them interacting with him. You feed. And you want to kind of practice this. It's a Pavlovian thing. That's your bell. You feed. See bell, feed dog. See bell, feed dog. See bell, feed dog. Until the dog sees the bell and goes, hey, have you got food for me? Then you know you can bring that person a little bit closer. And then you repeat the process. There's that person, here's some food. There's that person, here's some food. Until the dog goes, there's that person, have you got some food for me? And you progress this way. Then you can get to the point where your bell, your person is going to approach and toss a high value treat to them. So they're going to come in, you're going to give them a treat, they're going to toss a treat. Wow, this is awesome. They're going to come a little bit closer, you're going to give them a treat, they're going to toss a treat. And you're going to continue that process until he's taking your treat and going, hey person, you got a treat for me? What you want to see from him is, instead of guarded behavior, where he's like stiffening up and he's going to bark and give you way a lie and all of that when he sees this person, you want to see, hi, there's a person approaching me and they've got food. You're looking for relaxed, happy body posture. Then, and only then, should that person attempt to come closer and give them the food from their hand. And then walk away. Don't hover. The other big mistake that people make is we hover. Hi puppy, I've got fruit for you. He's going to take it and then he's going to start to feel overwhelmed. Like, okay, now get out of my space. So don't hover. Give him his treats, have your strength with his treats, and then get out, get away, give him space. He needs to learn that people respect him and understand him and will give him the space he needs until he says, you can come in closer into my space. And it's very important. It's the biggest mistake that people make. We hover. We linger too long. It's the same mistake that we make with dogs. Hey, say hi to this dog. Fine. Sniff this dog, get out of there. Don't sniff and wait to see if they're going to get along. Don't wait for one of them to posture and say, I'm uncomfortable now, I don't know what to do. Say hello, get out. And that's really important. Say hello, get out. Don't wait for the pressure cooker to boil and start to feel that uncomfortableness. Because as soon as that dog starts to feel uncomfortable, it's really too late. So you want to get in there and get out. Get in, get out. So they learn also that they have the option of going, okay, I can leave now. The other thing is, you don't want to use food to try and lure him into a scary situation. Because what happens then is the food becomes a predictor of a scary situation, and then they start to not want the food anymore. Because, okay, mom is acting weird, she's got the food out, she's doing, oh, funny, happy voice, come on, everything's cool, puppy, puppy. And they learn really quickly that that is you trying to trick them into an uncomfortable situation. So again, Pavlov is always on your shoulder. When you use your food to lure the dog into scary, you're teaching the dog that food predicts scary. So what do? Well, the number one thing we do is we never put the dog in scary. Keep the dog on the outskirts. Here's your bubble. There's the outside of your scary. You're going to work the dog on the outside of scary until he's so comfortable with scary over here that you can move him a little bit closer. You're going to slowly reduce the bubble of space between dog and scary. But the dog sets the pace, not us. So and the dog starts with whatever bubble he needs. We're working on the outside of the bubble. Look in the air. Good things happen when scary's around. We see scary, something nice happens. Scary is your bell. Pavlov, bell, food. Bell, food, not food, bell. Because if you do it that way, it's not going to work. It's going to kick you in the butt. So start on the outskirts of your bubble. Gradually, as the dog says, I'm comfortable, I'm happy, I can handle this, we reduce our bubble, but only on his pace. So at my house, he's a totally happy-go-lucky dog. He's completely crate trained. He goes out in the yard to play with other dogs. He did get into a scuffle last week. They were playing and they just got a little too aroused and went over the top, as dogs do. Children do the same thing. They're playing, they get too excited. Somebody ends up shoving somebody, and the next thing you know, somebody's crying. So it was a little scuffle. You know, I heard it and went, hey, knock it off, and they all separated and that was fine. So really, Charlie just needs a lot of understanding. He is a great little dog, and he's going to come a long way. I think he's just been, in his past, I think he's been mishandled, and he's learned that he can't trust people because people don't listen to him and they don't respect him. So he may have been, had a lot of corrective training too, because I also noticed that if you move really quickly, he does this. So he's not 100% comfortable with people like moving quickly with him. You've got to take it slow, respect his space, let him come to you, and he's a fabulous little dog.